It is Belgium in the lighter color, in green, Senegal. Immediate long ball by HAW on that right side. Ball's going to roll out for an immediate goal kick for Senegal. Lloyd, what are we expecting in the early going of this round of 32 knockout games?
Well, very much both of these teams looking to get their wide players involved in the game as early as possible. That's really the most dangerous, because at least you can go 1v1, where at very last you can open up those central channels and then start to create the overloads. Just going to be important early on for Senegal, just to make sure they're compact defensively, tight between the lines. Don't allow those overloads where we're so accustomed for Belgium to be able to get a foothold in this game. And then once you do establish possession, be able to build off that.
Senegal on the ball. Get it crossed by HAW. HAW 6. 3 changes from their last game versus Iraq. Belgium's lineup unchanged. They like what they saw in that last group stage game.
With that performance especially, it makes sense that they've gone unchanged. And we've seen a few of the changes now for Senegal defensively, just making sure they clean things up, don't give anything away, especially early on.
Sadio Mane crushed the ball by the corner flag. That cross denied. Castagne tried to keep that one in play, knocked it up the corner, which he did. He succeeded. Senegal are back on it. On that left side, the flick was intended for Mane, cut off. Played back by Trossard. Courtois, this is his 19th World Cup game. No one has played more World Cup games for Belgium than that talented goalkeeper. Belgium on the attack, 5 goals in their last game. They struggled to score the first couple of games.
They are creating chances the most out of any team in group play in terms of shots.
That left side, the box broke it up.
He's one of those players that want to get involved, whether he runs inside, creates his overloads that we've talked about, or just stays out wide, allows himself to get isolated, take on 1v1. He's going to be such an important figure going forward for Belgium today.
Diarra got it wide on that right side. Senegal trying to get numbers forward. Okay, pushing back. He had a couple of goals in the last game. First player from Senegal to score 2 goals in a World Cup game off the bench. Gets the start today. And that's over Sadio Mane.
At times you're seeing Belgium early on, just dropping back, allowing Senegal to have a little bit more possession. Those were the previous plays for Doku coming into those central areas. He's certainly going to have 2 or 3 players around him at all times. But Senegal does have the ability to possess, create opportunities higher up the field. So we've seen a few different times Belgium just sitting back, allowing them to have some of that possession.
It's good one-on-one defending by Castagne against Mane. Will be a constant threat today. HAW's pass pushed back by Gonagay. Sees HAW. Jacobs pass back. Long ball to that right side. Headed away. Senegal keeps moving on that right sideline. Belgium coming in as a slight favorite in this game. Working on that right side. They try to slip it through, cut off. A touch ahead, Belgium loses it too easily and too quickly.
Jai already active on that right-hand side for Senegal. A willingness to take on 1v1, draw attention, that should open up somebody else. They have dynamism, even when they're in possession, will slow things down, create the tempo that they want, and then immediately change of pace, looking to get it behind. There's Jai getting the start on that right-hand side. That does force Sarr to play as more of a central forward role today, but there will be interchange once there's front 3.
Castagne on the right side. Slowed down by Mane. Back by Mekala to Courtois. Playing his fourth World Cup. Tapped. Slow build up here for Belgium. It's Castagne who likes to push forward to the right. In the middle, Miss Trossard. The Catalan. Holding, leading in. The cross by Trossard was turned away.
Those are the ones that we were talking about. You get early pressure to the wide areas or even in the half spaces. They have to go under laps, third man combinations. Trossard coming from that left-hand side. On the little gaps, they had to learn here more of a false line. He'll drift, jump into the midfield, also help create the overload, numerical advantage.
One for Castagne. Long into the box. Headed down was a pass. Here by Senegal. Upfield. They have numbers defensively, Belgium. Pushed all the way back. And the Kuiper. Courtois holds there. Théâtre. Driven long left side for Doku. The bounce right to the goalkeeper. Ciao.
You see De Bruyne not a ton of touches, just dropping a little bit deeper to get himself involved in this game. And that's why it's so important for Senegal to make sure when they're deeper in their own defensive half, they're compact between the lines. As we've seen that time and time again with the career that De Bruyne has had, his ability just to find space, play the final pass. He's really the orchestrator in the attack for Belgium. That ball is going to be predictable for Senegal. And then a free kick off that foul.
Werner this week just turning 35. Last chance for a lot of these Belgian players. They have the golden generation, but several of their players are in their 30s, some in their mid-30s, so you'll see changes in the next big tournament for Belgium. Nahate holding there, no pressure on. Cease. Giant Diarra combining. Headed for Giant, that's cut off. The Kuiper's pass is blocked, taken over. Senegal on it, Mane, quick touch. That's good work for Senegal. Catalan got it forward. Denied by Senegal, they look for a quick break.
Good repress from Senegal immediately when they're dispossessed. It's a loose pass for Belgium in their own defensive half. 2-3 players around, winning possession back, and now they're in a good position just to create, again, that tempo, slow it down at times, and possess the ball.
Cease. Back to Nahate. Up the middle block. Trossard. Couple of goals in the last game versus New Zealand going forward. Nice ball ahead. The Catalan on the right inside the box. The Catalan holding. 1v1 at the moment. Help's coming. Thought about taking the shot. That took too long. He stays with it. The toe poke ahead. Outside shot. Stop. By John.
Right there, shake defensively, allows them to pick this ball off and make it predictable for themselves. There was a few times where Dave Catalan where I felt like he could have moved that ball across first time when that entry ball came into him, and the second one just a little bit slow to unleash the shot, to whip it into the far post. Regardless, they get the shot off, numbers follow up underneath. One of the first dynamic attacks that we've seen from Belgium so far in this game.
Cease moves it right. Scoreless here between Belgium and Senegal. Winner will take on the winner. USA versus Bosnia and Herzegovina, which is coming up later on Fox, and that game will be here in Seattle. It'll be a round of 16 game. Quick throw it on that far side, in for Théâtre. For Courtois.
Not surprising, JP, the first 10 minutes of this game feels like both teams are just feeling each other out. Don't really want to open themselves up defensively, not take any risks.
Doku. That was coming defensively for Senegal. Holding wide on that left side, now for Doku. Near the corner flag. Spin away from the defender. The cut by De Bruyne. The cross. And that's clear. Should have been a foul on Théâtre. And now it is,
But they have the ability to, both of these teams excellent when they counter press, trying to bring the ball back higher up the field. That last play with De Bruyne at the heart of it. And there's the previous build-up. Trossard in a really good position just to make that predictable. And then the follow-up shot that he gets back a few seconds later. Just in that previous play, it was De Bruyne that swerved the ball in. Trossard, a bit of an early run. I think he expected that ball to be ripped in a second earlier.
Cease. Kahate. Back for Cease. De Bruyne is in the neighborhood defending. And on that far side is Senegal. Up inside the arc. Wide for John. The cross. And that's just a little bit scary. If you're a Belgium fan coming across like that.
Well, you don't really want to commit yourself if you're a defender, you're facing your own goal. That's why the positioning of Jai on that far side, excellent. Just to keep himself wide, give himself a little bit of room to rip that ball with pace in the air. Wonderful header to alleviate some of the pressure.
Jacobs throw in, Courtois was coming out. He had cover there. Castagne heads it ahead. Trossard moving ahead, trying to break away. Mane did some good defending there. It's back to Courtois. On towards Doku. Good work by Nahate. Malcolm got it wide and then gets the return. Tielemans taken away.
There's been a few loose touches in the midfield. Don't typically see for Belgium. World-class player, De Bruyne, Tielemans, moves to the conductors.
6 players over the age of 30 in the starting 11 for Belgium. It's an older side, but an experienced side. They hope that experience can get them through, at least to the round of 16.
And some depth on their bench as well. When you think of Lukaku, had a good tournament despite not playing very much at all for Napoli in the club season.
Mane, cut ball left, Jacobs, Courtois, on the post. It was that close. Courtois came on, didn't get it, and was not punished for it.
Exactly what we talked about, getting the ball wide, whipping balls in, going 1v1. It's a good combination play, and then they have the runners coming in underneath. But there's a combination, and then no one's set defensively. Wonderful touch from Courtois, but it lands right into the path of Sarr. Nearly gets something on it. Wonderful left-handed touch, his fingertips, and then the follow through. Nicola completely loses Sarr in the last second. Just can't make something of it. There he is. Unfortunate for Senegal. It was a bright start. It's a combination play in the wide area that drags out Belgium. And a free service into the box, into a dangerous area. There it is again.
Sarr's been good in this tournament. 3 goals. He has 4 total in his World Cup career. He scored goals in back-to-back games.
It looks like there's a little bit of hesitation from Courtois whether or not he's going to come off his line and really make a play for it.
Mane pulling it back. With the middle. John. Gay, left, that's blocked. Gay recovers on the left side. Short ball ahead. Gone again. Hot Gay. Back cross again, denied. Collision.
And they overload the back line so well, Senegal. As forcing Trossard, their right winger, has to come all the way back because of narrow shape defensively. The back four is so tight dealing with some of the runners. But right now on this left-hand side, just a combination of quick 1-2s, causing a lot of problems for Belgium, and that's where they're getting the free service from.
Right on the far side. Doku takes over. And a big traffic jam there. Goes back towards Tayant. Mekala plays for Club Rouge. Back from Banaka. Tielemans, deep. Later on, Fox U.S. taking on Bosnia and Herzegovina in their round of 32 clash coverage. Starts 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific here on Fox. A huge game for the USA. Won their group, despite losing in that last game versus Turkey. Expecting we'll see that regular lineup that we saw on game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the way that they've started this tournament. Getting early goals, that will be key against Bosnia. I imagine they're going to be compact defensively. It's another giveaway from Belgium.
Mane puts it in his face for Sarr. He got cut off. He continues his run. Teat. And that goes out.
And the position from Nikola just at the last second to step in front, just to slow down to run off Sarr and allow for Teat to come across and make the play defensively. But it's just been uncharacteristic right now for Belgium. Too easy in terms of unforced errors in the central areas. And the compact shape from Senegal is just making it predictable, easy turnovers, and they're off and running. And we talked about their ability to keep possession, but they're also very dangerous in transition as well.
Cease for Senegal, sending it wide, headed away by Castagne. Tielemans, Trossard, De Ketelaere, still recovers it.
And he did this really well defensively against Belgium as well. Just got early pressure higher up the field. They didn't just drop back defensively and stay compact. Immediately, if they didn't get early pressure, it's denied. Yeah, it's a ball over the top, JP.
That was a good run. The ball just wasn't there. Teat is back defending versus Jai. Help is coming from Belgium. Jai keeps it. Has options. Trying to dribble, dropping it back.
Maybe switch a play. Renegade was waiting for it on this side.
Diallo, edge of the box, playing it back out. Ball is crossed, and that's cleared up. Renegade, right to go. Senegal look pretty good here.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether they're going individually or they're doing it collectively in combination. Really, it feels like Belgium haven't even got out of the locker room, too slow in a lot of ways, whether it's attack to defend, desperate defending, as here they come themselves with De Bruyne on the ball.
De Bruyne leading the attack, fires it into the seats.
Certainly not happy with that attempt, but should give them a little bit of confidence to immediately go so quickly. De Bruyne again, getting him on the ball, giving him confidence in this game is going to be necessary. He certainly has been all Senegal.
Chow's clearance. Underway by Castagne. Trossard. Outside is Arsenal. Premier League champions this past year. Teat. Tielemans. Long ball again. Denied. Pick up on the right side. Cleared away by Diallo.
You see the position of De Ketelaere, the left back for Belgium. He'll pinch in. At times it looked like a diamond in the midfield for Belgium. So those runs to create just a little bit of verticality. See if they can stretch out Senegal defensively will be necessary.
Hafez played every minute so far in this World Cup for Senegal. 3 players make that claim. Mane, wide to the right. That attempted cross will go up for a corner.
For the amount of possession chances that they're creating from the wide areas, they're going to want to start to get something more clean out of these opportunities. So start with these set pieces. Get yourself loose, picking players, just need a step to get on the end of the service.
Off that corner, headed down as a pass, but taken away by Doku. Senegal drifting backpedaling as it's played wide, right up, far side, has options. Boy, we have a wide open De Ketelaere. Instead, in transition, Mane. And we're going to bring it back.
Yeah, it comes from a nice offside position. Yeah, doesn't want to give up the ball in the end.
Good start for Senegal, and it really has started with what you talked about in the opening hit, the wide play.
And that will certainly continue to be a theme throughout this match. But what we are seeing is once Senegal does get stretched and they commit more numbers forward, a few transition moments for Belgium as well. Imagine we're going to see De Bruyne on the ball more often. He had an attempt that went well over the goal, nowhere near. But then that final pass, trying to find the Kuiper on this near side, just gets picked off. But the more that he's on the ball for Belgium, the better in terms of controlling the tempo, but then also just slowing things down or speeding it up when necessary in the attack.
Mekala. Pushing it into the middle. Tielemans, deep, going long. Castagne, strong one, kept it alive into the box. Deflect the ball out. Senegal moving it ahead. The legs get together. The foul's given. Despite the protest of Belgium.
It's not play for Tielemans. You know, they're experienced players as well. Just back into Senegal player and just making sure that they don't get to be able to break out in those moments.
Scoreless here, 21st minute. Downtown Seattle. Chase holding there. DR. Cease. Senegal in their own half. Diarra. Trying to get a wave started here. Now it's coming. Now it's cooking. Cease. Long ball right. Kuiper almost beaten down on it. Senegal getting numbers ahead. Upgate. Donaghy, Senegal's captain, Jacobs, Mane. Taking it past Castagne, now goes inside. Oh, well done by Castagne. That's not easy to defend against Mane with all those moves.
And they're arguing that was out of bounds. It certainly looked like it from our angle. Although if the entirety of the ball was over that in line.
Okay. Back by Jai. The half tank. Press there from De Bruyne. Missing on Cease. Nice move there. That was a sweet move. They get it wide. Now numbers in the box for Senegal. Looking for the game's first goal. Popgay holding, cutting. Popgay setting it in. That's wide. Mane. Good touch. He kept that in. Out. It's going to be a throw. Not sure how he did it, but he did it.
Oh, it's a great picture, though, of how Senegal just committing numbers forward. Because right now, there's no vertical threat for Belgium to really break out. Duke can be that player where everything's to feet for him. So they're pushing numbers forward, only two players back. There's no threat to be able to beat them in behind, even if they are dispossessed.
Johnny. Nahante. Cease. Diarra. Senegal has looked the more dangerous of the two sides, and they're only going here in the 24th minute. Nahante. Cease gaining the halfway line. Bruyne's on him. Out wide. Senegal an attack outside of the box. Couple of cuts there. Laid off. Donaghy. Jacobs is open. Jai now finds Mane. Sadio Mane's cross. Head! Got the punch. We are go! Diarra gets the first one for Senegal.
The best chances so far in his opening 25 minutes. But it's Diarra that actually starts this play on the far side. He comes from a high to low position to create the overload on that far side. Then they recycle the runs. But look at all the numbers. So just wait, find their moments, and then it's an early ball whipped in. as soon as they drop that back line, that Belgium back, then they get a little bit of space. No one actually commits to deny that surface in. Wonderful initial header to that back post. Unlucky for that not to find the back of the net, but then the reaction from the yard to get there first and get this opening goal is exceptional.
Diarra gets the goal. It comes in the 25th minute. It is his 6th international goal and 2nd of this 2026 FIFA World Cup. A big goal that was for Senegal. A well-deserved goal, too.
Absolutely. And I was just about to point out before that goal went in, watch Diarra, number 21, the movement from Senegal, because he's their attacking midfielder. He's doing such a good job of initially going higher onto the back line of Belgium, and at the right moments just dropping in, and no one from Belgium knows exactly who to pick up. They go with him, they stay more compact defensively, it's freeing him up, and then he's able to pin them centrally and then free up the wide player.
Castagne is throwing near post side, headed away. And in that collision, Castagne should get this ball back. The cross, back post, grabbed by Jao. He did not start in the first 2 games. Mendy was the starter. He's been their number 1 since 2019. But Mendy conceded 3 goals in each of the first 2 games.
He hasn't been tested.
Yeah. So maybe change. Paid up. Jacobs.
Hasn't been tested in this game. So important grab. Going to handle that ball that was served in for Belgium. Just to get him settled as well, because they haven't been tested defensively at all so far from Belgium. But now it's going to be interesting in terms of the response. We're seeing the step up in terms of pressure. You know, that real compact shape that we've seen throughout this match so far from Belgium.
You're anticipating my next question on Belgium. This should be a match break, I'm assuming, between these 2 sides. This one took a while to get there, this match break, but there's only been 1 goal. It was a beauty. Diarra scores it as we go to break. Senegal leads Belgium. I was wondering when they were going to turn the water off. We saw that. But it's off now. Yes, we did.
Og Lucas just texted me ball on this right now for knocked it into
for that hit, but we were okay. As Mekalo plays it across. Teat for Belgium. Trailing 1-0 after a half hour. Down to 32. Belgium goes home. The winner will take on the winner of USA versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. That's coming up after our game later here on Fox. Big one for the USA as they try to get to the round of 16. That game will be here in a stadium that was as loud as any stadium in this country when they defeated Australia. There is a fan on the field. Cameras are, I assume, not showing this. More than 1 fan. It's good that they're not publicizing. I'm not sure, Lori, what possesses somebody to try that. But today we were told 2 people trying to climb the Empire State Building, so this is probably easier to do. We should be back to the game. Field invader. Match break for them.
I've seen 1 before. I don't think I've ever seen 2 at once.
Match break for them. We'll restart with a drop ball.
I saw right there, Pop Chow is saying for his team just to make sure that they stay focused. Hydration break and then this bit of stoppage.
Kuiper by the ball. Left side is Brighton. Mekalo. Teat. Belgium has struggled in this opening half. Senegal with the only goal. It came from Diarra. 25th minute. Mekalo has Castagne to the right. Teat outside the circle. Mekalo. Right in the middle. Doku. Trying to get outside. One down. Does he get the call? No.
As you see how much attention he demands. Starts on the left-hand side, will just get to those central areas. It didn't look like there was much of a touch at all on this play. Actually, from that angle, certainly gets his legs, both of them.
Did he try to oversell it?
Yep.
And that cost him.
Regardless, again, getting him De Bruyne on the ball as much as possible. But one thing that I started to say before that hydration break, and even the goal for Senegal, they're doing such a good job, not only just staying compact centrally and narrowing the field defensively, but they're getting earlier pressure on Belgium defensively, so a little bit higher up the field. Iran did that as well in their game in group stage, and it really unsettled Belgium. We're seeing that from Senegal, and it's allowing them to get possession and dispossess Belgium.
Up game. Long ball ahead towards Mane. Held it over the shoulder. If anyone could have caught up with that ball, it was Mane, but that was too far ahead. James Corden and the After Hours crew will be on Fox tonight for another nightly wrap of today's World Cup action with special guest England national team member Declan Rice. That's on Fox at midnight local. You know what they say about that England game? Congo DR gave England a run for their money, but Harry Kane was too much. A couple of goals today to the star England striker.
Stars are certainly showing out in this tournament. Lucky are we.
Like all of them.
Absolutely.
Everyone. De Bruyne out wide this time. First time we've seen him in that spot today. De Catalan is looking for someone up within that seam. Cleared out.
Overknocked was wide open just on top of the penalty spot as well. If that little cutback ball made its way through. But those are the runs that we're talking about. It doesn't have to be long runs. Just little dashing runs in behind Senegal. Because De Bruyne has all the talent in the world to be able to feather that ball in, perfectly weighted.
He was more central. Now he's right-sided. So I'm going to try to get him more on the ball here. Is still cool. De Bruyne trying to slip it through. Blocked. Can they break? Not that deflection set up by Tielemans. Back up. That was risky.
Yeah, perfect view of it.
That was risky, yeah.
I'm thinking a square ball right across the center circle is not what you want if you're Belgium. Already chasing this game.
Takeout. Come back up. Returns it. Tielemans. Captain. Takeout. Makala. Keeping that pressure, shifting defensively. Takeout. Long ball, far side. That's away by Diarra. Jai on the right, returns it. Diarra still with it, towards the middle. Sarr makes a run. Mane's open. Mane waits for the help. It's coming there. Drop back. Hafke. Wide left for Jacobs, bringing it down. Ganagay. Broken up, but quickly recovered. No whistle there. Play is continuing. Day. Mane. The shot stopped.
It's such dynamism, whether they go individually or they start to bring others into the game. And Diarra and Jai on that far side. Just wonderful, wonderful work to be able to cut out defenders. And then in these moments, they're just composed. They're waiting for the pressure from Belgium, and then they get themselves in a better position. This is Mane just cutting inside, taking a few players on. It's the last second, unbalanced, can't get a clean look on frame. Makes it easy for Courtois, but regardless, you see how quickly, and here they are, dispossessing Belgium again, in good positions to attack. Sarr's done excellent work in terms of helping back defensively. That time he's dispossessed, but he's been an outlet throughout, just to play off of and invite others into the game for Senegal.
That's a good point. He's not figured in the scoring, but he's made an impact in this game.
And he's the one that got the initial header off the goal from Diarra.
Makala for Belgium. 38th minute. Senegal with a 1-0 lead on a Diarra goal. Giant defense here. Comes back for Takeout. Makala. Going inside to Bruyne for Doku, who's now also on this right side. Overloading on the right with he and De Bruyne. Doku. De Bruyne makes a run. Doku can't find him. Still dribbling. Low cross, missed De Bruyne.
Oh boy.
Knocked away by Senegal. That was more accurate from those two, De Bruyne and Doku. And that foul.
Yeah, they can't believe they're locking out. It's good work just to show the ball and draw the foul. But right now, when you look at the way that Belgium is attacking, trying to find Doku, isolated in the wide areas, but immediately Senegal's doing a good job of getting 2-3 players around him, just slows down the pace, and they're making it predictable for themselves once again. It's a smart game plan for Senegal because they know De Bruyne, Doku, those are the two main players. There's a previous attempt from Mane, last second, just loses his balance. Castagne's coming over to make the play defensively. Can't get a clean look, but all of the attackers right now for Senegal are having their way with the Belgian back line.
Zhao with a long clearance. Headed forward by Jai. No one close enough to that in green as Taya goes up the middle. Blacken, Tielemans, Mekala. Taya. Taya holding there coming up. The Bank of America halftime show on FS1. The UNC, Michael John Obi and Peter Schmeichel. That's coming up. Mekala for Taya. Tielemans, they're trying to find some space here.
And there's not, yeah.
Where is it?
They're essentially in a 5-4-1. Defensively, Senegal.
To Kuiper, setting one in, but right at goal. Right into the arms of John.
And you imagine Lukaku is going to come in, Lukaku is going to come in quicker in the second half because he's the type of player that can get on the end of that service, just pin back the two center backs. They got Delari, more of a false nine that we talked about. He'll drift, he'll come out wide, he'll drop into the midfield. Now he's going to squeeze the game.
Trossard left. They're trying to join him on the attack. Forced wider. Teat. Mekala. Castagne. 40 minutes gone here, opening half. Senegal with a 1-0 lead on a Diarra goal.
And there's the traps they're setting. They're just waiting for the ball to come in to Manakin or Tielemans, and then immediately getting pressure on them.
Saw something get through to Kuiper, cutting it back. I'm not sure if he was looking, but there was no one in a white colored jersey in that slot area, that seam.
The cutback ball's on. We've seen it a few different times for Belgium. No one's making that run, whether it's just too early, everybody trying to get the ball that's sliced across the 6-yard box. Have to commit somebody in to that area. Even if you don't get a clean look, JP, it's going to at least force Senegal back even more.
Castagne, no pressure yet. Sending one in, late run there, but it's cleared out. Knotted down by Manakin, but there's a foul.
Clear push in the end. Two hands. Just to go back to that previous point, even if you don't get something on the cutback ball, the next ball then could be sliced across the 6-yard box. It's just giving Senegal something more to think about defensively. But these little lofty balls early on, or early into the box, just going to be so easy for Senegal to be able to pick off and make a play on. That one's intended for De Kuipers, the left back for Belgium.
Belgian fans quiet at the moment. The opposite can be said for Senegal and their supporters. Here's Ronaldo Lukaku warming up. He's played for Napoli 4 minutes past the hour mark. That's it, because of injuries. He's already had 1 goal in this tournament. They're not getting enough out of the number 9 position here with the Qatar so far, and some of that is he's had no service.
And a lot of that has to do with just the way that he plays. It just floats around a bit more, and that's why I do think we're going to see Lukaku coming into this game so that he can just create the presence that he does.
Down here as Senegal looks for another one.
One defensively against Senegal.
Yeah.
He'll just demand that attention inside the 18-yard box. But then also just as a more of a reference point in the attack when they are in possession. They can play off of him. De Bruyne can come underneath. Don't really have that right now. Making it easy for Senegal at times just to condense the game, but then also just drop back and make these plays in these situations.
Trap roll by De Bruyne. Leading it. Doku in the box. Cutting. Doku the shot. Grabbed by John. Oh, Belgium deserved better after that.
But how good he is when he gets just a little bit of an open space. Doku, just a little shift of the hips. There's De Bruyne riding off the challenges, but right there, just his ability to unsettle the defender, go past him, and then create just a little bit of space. Nearly catches Zhao off his line. That's the best opportunity because most of the play right now for Doku has been out wide. If you get 2 or 3 players around him, there's going to be another tough challenge in the middle of the field in favor of Belgium now.
Nice foul on top game.
And we've mentioned it, the hydration break shifts the momentum. Since then, it's been all Belgium in terms of possession and starting to create a few more opportunities and getting some momentum in this game.
Push wide. Belgium looking for something here. De Ketelaere turning, cutting it, and earns a corner. Belgium's first corner. Missed the 45 minutes waiting for a stoppage time signal. Minimum of 3 minutes we expect to be added to the match break. On the far side. We'll go to the short corner, play back outside. Driven, saved by Zhao.
Huge save. At this point in time in the game, you've been under some pressure. The last thing you want to be doing is conceding to Belgium when you pretty much had the foothold in this game, and the Kuipers is the one that gets just a little bit of space. You see it's heading for that top corner, but Zhao comes across so well, gets a little push off for that right hand to bury it wide. In second corner in quick succession.
Belgium coming on a little bit here towards the end of this opening half as De Bruyne gets ready. Second corner, driven back, headed away, headed right back towards goal, but well wide of the target. Goal kick for Zhao. Tom Fox, ball line third direction. One of the World Cup favorites, Spain, will take on Austria. We got that last second goal, if you want to say, against Algeria the other night in Kansas City. Coverage starts 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on Fox. Austria is going to be out of the World Cup, and now they have a date with Spain. Kuiper, working up. That shoulder to shoulder a little bit more. Here's Jai to the right. Runners forward for Senegal near the end of the half. Nice pass back. Gay. Nothing on that. Well, stadium play. When it was going out, finally it is out. Ball will put it back into play. Changes in the starting lineup today. He's been good on the right side. Sanye into the middle. Mekala. Teat. Second minute of stoppage time. 5 minimum posted. Teat. Mekala. Castagne. Doku stays on his right side. Delivering to Bruyne. Now wide right. Doku. Stepping it through. Intended for Doku. Well covered in the end by Senegal.
Shaw gets the start on that right-hand side with Nicky Jackson not getting the start. There's been some criticism for him in terms of not finishing off the plays that shift Star into that center forward role. And Jai obviously is the right winger, but that dynamism up top for Senegal has been excellent so far in this game. The movement hasn't been easy for the back line of Belgium. necessary right now for Senegal just to make sure they don't concede, make this as predictable as possible, see out this half and go into halftime with the 1-goal lead.
Finding the Kuiper. Teat. Van Aken. Beckler back for Teat, drifting back. Back into the circle from Beckler. Tielemans. Castagne. Pushed back by Mane. Maybe a couple minutes to go in this opening half. Off a block, it's recovered by Belgium. Slipped through Tielemans. Doku up the middle. Doku kept his balance and then
That's got to be a foul. Does well to ride the challenge initially, even though he was fouled. He tried to stay on his feet, but then the second one, you get the players that clip him again. And it's smart from Doku because he's been out wide the majority of this game so far, whether it's on the left side or the right side, but this time just comes into that little position right in front of the back line of Senegal. And with how quickly he can shift his pace and his body, he forces defenders to bait it and hit the foul.
About 26 yards away, it's either the Kuiper off the left foot or De Bruyne off the right at this moment, unless something changes here. The ball is being set up in front of HAW. Huge opportunity for Belgium on this free kick to really double this opening half. Werner stepping back. Kuiper's at an angle. Kuiper strikes, hits the wall. On the far side by Diana. Walks it into the Belgian half. Deep for Courtois. Driven ball right for Doku. Try to trap it, ends up with it. Doku. Doubled up, plays it outside. Tielemans waits for runners.
That's the other first half.
It's cleared away from distance. Not much on that from De Bruyne. Before his first half ends.
But it's better. It's better for Belgium.
He's a game changer though. 91 international goals. #1 all time for his country. Starving it down. What kind of start can Senegal get off to here in the second half? They were good at the start of the first half. Cut inside. Back outside of the box, but it's broken up. Lukaku's going for it. Benhate. Sadio Mane. Setting it across. It falls. China shot. Just wide.
It should be business as usual for Senegal. Don't need to change a thing. Just need to make sure that they continue to find moments where they're going to step up their pressure higher up the field. That unsettled Belgium a lot during that first half, particularly before the initial hydration break. So it's a good start. Already maybe a few issues and forcing Belgium out to think right off the opening whistle of the second half.
Had the game's only goal in the first half, 25th minute. Senegal with the lead here. Let's round of 32 matchup. Cassar dribbling. Senegal half. Van Aken went the wrong way on that pass. Lukaku is somewhat open. And back for Teat. See if they get Lukaku involved early and maybe in combination with De Bruyne.
On the tempo at which they play. And you see right now they're building a three because of Kuiper on this near side, the left back for Belgium. He's been pushing high at times into those central areas. I do think one of the way, if they just drop one of those outside backs a little bit deeper, it will force Senegal to come out of their own defensive shape, and then they can invite the pressure and play beyond them.
One down this right side by Jai, holding up play.
It's going to be important for Belgium to continue to move the ball side to side as quickly as possible to then be able to get the numerical advantage. It's too slow in that first half.
And his switch from Ghana Gay. Drop back for Dion. Mahate. Dion. Right on the left side, Jacobs. Battle for the ball. Doku with a pickup. And it's fouled. Longer this stays with Senegal on top, more pressure on Belgium. This would be a very early exit for them, although they did go out in the group stage in 2022. They're expected to go a bit farther in this tournament. Not a lot in that, but there was a foul. And the free kick will take place for Belgium.
On two challenges on Belgium deep in their own half. And Senegal, that's the pressure that we were talking about. That hasn't made it easy for Belgium at all to be able to build so simply. That pressure is just unsettling them. They can't get the rotations and movement that we're so accustomed to seeing from Belgium.
Trapped by the Kuiper, left for Trossard. Van Aken, in the middle, Tielemans, bumped. Belgium will keep possession of Theat. Trossard. Makala. Castagne. Long towards Trossard. Powerful header out. It's by Diatta. The Kuiper.
Well, this is the moment I'm talking about. Just too slow for Belgium. Senegal are overloading the central area, so the space is going to be out wide, but it's too slow to get there. Then it's a heavy touch from the Kuiper. But if they just drop the Kuiper down a little bit, that invites Senegal to come out of their shape, and then they can rotate the ball out to Doku on that far side. But right now, they're just matching up 3 for 3, forcing Doku on that far side just to drop really far down in a position that's not dangerous at all against Senegal.
On the Kuiper. That jersey stretch. Belgium trailing. They were slight favorites at least to win this game. Still a long way to go. Middle, Diarra sends it out wide. Jacobs, ball cut back. Mane. Twisting and turning is Mane. Defended by Doku, left off for Jacobs. Shy in the right. He's up behind him. Diana. Saw. Lays it off. Wanted to give and go. Pop Gay will play it left. Mane. Isolated at the moment. Mane. End line. Cut it back. Oh, it was there for Diana. That could have been 2. And that could have been too much for Belgium.
Oh, he's in an excellent position. But it's just the runs. Initial run from Jacobs, and then they're able to take on 1v1, and this is where they're beating Belgium in the 1v1 situations because Belgium has no answer defensively. So wonderful position once again from Diarra just to be able to get into that little cutback position. It knows he has to be doing better in that moment. Keep it on frame, get your hips around it. The missed opportunity there in the end because they go 2-0 huge.
Get down my side of the box!
Shoot, we're gonna lose. Those Jones. If he scores another goal like this, then we're done.
Even though he's leaning away, unbalanced, top corner, makes no mistake about it. He starts the first goal, well then he finishes the second one to give them a lead in such an important time of this game.
He has scored goals in back-to-back games. 3 straight games with a goal for Sarr. 4th goal of this World Cup. 5th overall in World Cup play. What a big moment for him. What a big moment for
at the exact right time. You come out of the halftime break, go after Belgium, increase the lead now. And we mentioned, throughout that first half, how important he was in his movement to invite others in, but he also has that ability to stretch the back line. He can play out wide as a center forward, but no pressure on the ball. He sees the space, the recognition, and the finish is tremendous.
A 2-0 lead for Senegal, as Belgium have a couple of subs up. Bakil and Raskin. This ball is played back to Courtois. Sure, if anything, Courtois could have done. That was a terrible
top
goal
corner
from Saw.
Just world-class finish. Under pressure. Barely kept his footing at the end. He's losing his balance. But that first touch, so good just to be able to take it in stride and right off the pressure from the defenders that were chasing him down.
Senegal got off to a good start in the first half, but they didn't score for 25 minutes. We were talking about another good start in the second half, but they get rewarded early, thanks to Saw. He's down. Knock in the back there. That's his goal, which was incredible.
And this is going to be an excellent view right there. Control just stuck into the ground, nothing that he can do about it. And that ability to be able to strike through the ball that way, get it cleanly.
He's in the golden boot race, but still has a way to go to catch Mbappe, Messi, etc.
That's a smart tackle. They're going to be fouled, but just to slow down. No good. He's one of the players that they're going to want to get more touches on. We've said that throughout this match. Just to stop the pressure, stop the transition moment. Going back to what I was saying, that's the early pressure. Iran did that really well as well. Unable to create the overload, and the tempo's just been too slow, especially in these moments for Belgium. They've had no answer to the pressure when they're also the attack. And here we go again. Get one off the hook in that moment.
That was more pressure on Belgium. They got 2 goals to catch up to. In the knockout stage, if it's tied after 90, you go an extra 30. Seen some great games so far in the knockout. Several have gone to penalty kicks, a lot of one-goal decisions, only a couple of games that were maybe decided early, like the France game, maybe Mexico last night against Ecuador, but for the most part, very competitive and upsets. Paraguay over Germany being one. That right side held up there. Sanye's pass, that might have been the first touch by Lukaku
That
this
ball
half.
has to go back out to Piper. They got to read that quicker.
Right side Doku, Lukaku's in the box. Doku, that's blocked. It's going to roll off for a throw-in, but they have to get Lukaku involved.
And it does give you a good glimpse of Lukaku, what he can do. Is to hold up the play, drop it back, and then they go out the other side or create the overloads on that near side.
Lukaku trying to make his way into this game. We're seeing the 2 subs coming in. It's like they're making... This can't be, is it? Wow. That's an early exit for De Bruyne and Doku. This reminds me of South Korea taking out Song earlier. That was controversial. While the game is... The outcome is still not decided. There's a lot of time left. Maybe that's a sign of the times. Not so much for Doku, but De Bruyne. I'm surprised, aren't you?
Absolutely. Those are the 2 players that you lean on greatly to ignite your attack. You see how these substitutes that change this game for Belgium in terms of maybe speeding up the tempo at times with Doku. They left him on the island and try to take on 1 or 2 players. Typically in 1v1 situations, he's going to get the better of him, but the way that Senegal defended him, had 2 or 3 players around him at all times.
So again, trying to slip it through. And then swept away by Teat. Belgium has no answers on offense, and on defense, no answers either so far. Meanwhile, Sarr has become the first Senegal player to score 4 goals in a single World Cup. First to score in 3 straight games. Diarra. Senegal on it with a 2-0 lead. It's Jai. Diarra is going to start it in the first half. In the 25th minute. Jai with it. Closer to the hour mark. He's a foul call there. Raskin just came in.
It's going to be interesting with the pace of this game now, with this 2-goal lead for Senegal. They're going to have to find that balance and imagine they're just going to slow down the tempo at different times, keep a little bit more possession, and then when they can, change their pace to play in behind Belgium.
The hot play goes back to Jow.
Yeah, because Belgium's going to have to come out of this shape. As you see, they're chasing a little bit, stepping up the pressure now, much like we saw after the hydration break in the first half.
Scan the QR code on the screen to vote for the Michelob Ultra Superior Player of the Match. We're back in the Belgian half. Theat. Stanier. Theat holding. Back to Courtois. Long off the left foot. Back here. Into the middle. Looking for Lukaku on the turn, laid it off, wanted it back. Hot game, clears, not out of danger yet.
And they're going to start to move the ball a little bit quicker.
Hazard. Lukaku. Cuts there, another one. Fires it, it's blocked. Up for grabs off Saw, recovered by Belgium. A little bit more jump in their step for Belgium.
And they're moving the ball quicker. So then they're getting isolated in the 1v1 situations. You talk about Doku when he was in those wide areas. At times it was too slow to get to him. Here comes Lukaku.
Looking is Lukaku. Laid it off with a short ball. Played across and that hit side netting. That to be a corner. So few corners in this game, really, for both teams.
It's the first time that we've seen Tielemans that deep midfield position, a bit higher up the field. That was a tight angle. Little touch there at the last second in the defender.
Off that corner near post, blasted away. Well out of goal, meets it in the circle. Backing up, with pressure now from Senegal as it's sent ball. Lukaku. Stanier went short. Meklo, Theat. Pushing forward as Trossard left, finds him. Inside.
Right idea.
Nice job.
Great angle for us. They're trying to whip that ball in. Now you're seeing Tielemans being able to get a little bit higher up impact in the final third with a bit more possession.
Kuiper in the middle. Raskin, Lukaku laid it off. It's blocked. A lot of traffic there.
And Atkins' first touch lets him down.
Theat. To the left side. Belgium have another sub up. Last minute words with Coach Garcia. Kuiper with it. Here's blowing the whistle. So they are going to make a change. It is Moreira. Ball from Senegal. Already up by a 2-0 scoreline. It went past Saw. The Kuiper. When you can hear that one up here.
A knee into the back and then gets the top of his head as well. Curious to see if this is who the substitute's coming in for Moreira. is a winger. We've already seen those two make his way off this field. It could be Chassard as well. We'll see, but there's the foul. On his backside, Diana, the better of him.
The free kick when play resumes. It is Van Aken who's coming out. So they are getting younger, as well as getting fresher legs in the field, but this veteran talent, which might have given them an edge, is no longer an edge.
We haven't been able to keep up really with the pace of the game in terms of the way that Senegal's attacking, even possession. They're moving the ball really well with good pace, but then in those 1v1 situations or transition moments, they've gotten the better of Belgium. So Chassard with Herrera coming in, he'll just move into the central area.
Bakio's with it. Lukaku was calling for it. They were unable to really find it. That's an easy foul to call as well, and the call's coming. Frustration for sure for Belgium. Mekala. You can understand their frustration. It has not gone according to plan.
Look at that little touch from Sarr. Knows exactly where Mekala is at all times. Just invites him to come across aggressively. A little touch, gets past him.
64th minute. Lord, for those just tuning in, what have they missed, especially if they were thinking Belgium was at least a slight favorite?
Really a wonderful 64 minutes for Senegal. From the start of the game, creating opportunities, going ahead in that first half, but then immediately in the second half, getting that second goal that gives them a little bit of breathing room and has really forced Belgium to have to make some changes immediately in this second half and try to create a tempo to get them back in this game. But right now, Senegal's doing a good job just slowing things down when needed, but then also being compact defensively and being disciplined defensively. It's really been all Senegal.
And who would have thought in a big game that you need to win to advance, that De Bruyne and Doku would be taken out of the game for subs?
Well, you have to, exactly, but you have to give Senegal credit in those moments. The way that they defended, and I liken it to the way that Iran defended Belgium as well. They've taken away those central areas, but they've gotten the pressure early enough that haven't allowed them to be able to build up, create the overloads that make them so successful, Belgium, higher up the field.
Chassard leading the attack. Senegal getting just about everybody back. Raskin. Mekala not playing with that yellow card. Bakio sending one in off Lukaku. Heavy off the chest.
I've seen some late challenges.
Lukaku didn't have that under control like he normally would. You wonder about his match fitness, right? If he's only played 64 minutes for Napoli and 100 and some odd minutes here in this World Cup, because if he's match fit, he's starting.
I mean, he's excellent in terms of their reference point, and regardless, he's going to be digging deep at this moment to get something out of this game for Belgium.
Kamara is coming in.
This is a huge substitution for the Senegal as well.
Update comes out. Fresh legs maybe, or is it somewhat tactical as well?
Well, fresh legs, but also Kamara got injured in the warm-up before their last game, so wasn't able to play, didn't get the start. Knew that he was available, but just his ability to possess in the midfield next to Ganagay, see out this game, his experience will rely on as well, just to keep the tempo at different times, just manage what they need to get this win here today.
In the space towards Sarr, cut off. Senegal up 2-0. The winner of this game will take on the winner of the USA versus Boston versus Arena in a round of 16 game here in the stadium. If Senegal is to win, it's a rematch of a previous friendly. The U.S. defeating them right before the World Cup. Ja and the ball. Slipped it, but it's behind Ganagay. And Camera as well. On down that far side, broken it up, cleared up the middle. Sarr, that's Kamara. And he's booked. That's an early one, though.
Something that he won't care one bit about. So they want to manage this game, and any sort of stoppages in play, picks that one off, ball just gets away from him, and those always hurt as a player, just getting stopped on the top of your foot.
Here's Moreira trying to go inside. It's well done at the back. Picked by Teat. Senegal's pressure, but they lose the ball. They're trying to win it back immediately. Then when they don't, they'll drop off. But at times they've won it.
They've been excellent on both sides of the ball, and now they're not going to need to have to continue to attack. Again, just manage it, slow it down, use your defensive pressure and discipline to control this game. Because right now, there hasn't been really any moment that Belgium has said, yes, we can take you on in combination, or we can go individually and break you down. They're funneling really well. As soon as that ball goes back, everybody's stepping up, and that was an issue throughout those 3 games. The space in between the midfield and the back line for Senegal, but they've corrected that so far in this game. Minimized a lot of the space, particularly for De Bruyne in that first half. The second half, many players for Belgium have had an impact at all, especially with the rotations they've had to make early on.
Raskin's pass ahead. He collects, tries to go wide. Moreira. Strasbourg cutting towards the middle, sending it in behind a couple of teammates. Zhao, no trouble with that, right in his arms. They don't know what to do today.
Not at all.
Right by John, Deonta. No foul was given there, surprisingly. Raskin finding the Kuiper. That cross. They were looking for Lukaku. Raced through the ball on the far side. Collected. Tielemans into the box. Wide again of Lukaku. He's applauding the effort, but they're not finding it.
But that's okay. That at least gives them an opportunity to continue to whip balls in.
We have a match break here. 2 big goals.
Hydration break time.
Beauty from Sarr. Senegal at the moment are in the driver's seat. Right, Patricia. Just Bosnia and Herzegovina. But at this match break right now, Senegal is in the driver's seat. There's still another 20 minutes or so left. What must they focus on?
Well, after the hydration break in the first half, it was the first time that we saw Belgium start to take a little bit more control, at least in possession, and start to generate a few more opportunities. I just saw Lukaku off the screen saying to his teammates, let's increase the tempo, continue to serve balls in. That's going to be necessary for Belgium, but for the Senegal team, who we are seeing at least one substitute come in, we just need to be mindful that this Belgium team is going to send numbers forward, continue to be stingy defensively, and then look to see if they can alleviate some pressure through transition.
Ibrahim Bai comes in. John was good in the almost a little bit better than 70 minutes that he played in. Very good wide on that right side. They're going to make another change as well. So a double switch. Not sure why it didn't happen at the same time, but Madar Sarr is going to be coming in, replacing the first goal scorer, Diawara. Diawara set the tone early, 25th minute when he scored that goal. Now, he sits and watches his teammates the rest of the way to see if they can get to the round of 16, where the USA, Bosnia and Herzegovina awaits. That game coming up shortly on Fox. Everything to play for the USA. Try to continue this run into the round of 16. Here's Lukaku.
Certainly an exciting game ahead for the U.S. in the driver's seat, but also a lot of pressure, which is a new situation that they'll be in. But the way they've started the games throughout the group stage, expect that again tonight against Bosnia.
Raskin for Belgium. It's been a struggle for them, really, since the opening whistle. Teat. Covers pass back. Back from Trossard. Now it's knocked out. Right by. Scored against France. Youngest African player to ever score a goal at the World Cup at 18. Trossard. Head up, but nobody's open. He's looking to play direct. Back here, towards the middle, blocked.
It's just those details, JP, that they have gotten right in this game.
Down that left sideline. Big sprint there. Come on. Water across it.
A smart play.
Yeah. Bring it back. It wasn't on. It would have been a risky ball. Now they keep possession.
Bacchio is still down. He's trying to make his way back into defensive shape for Belgium. But this is where they've been very good. At times, we just mentioned, can they take their chances in transition? If it's not on, just pull it back. Keep a little bit of possession, slow it down. Excellent way to be able to manage this game. Make sure you keep this lead. Go into the round of 16 with a lot of confidence.
Now holding it. It's amazing. They lost their first two games, but they were really in the group of death. They had played France first, then Norway. Needed not only a win, but by a large margin. They got it 5-0 over Iraq. To get them here, they're the only third-place team with as few as 3 points, and yet here they are on the verge of getting to the round of 16.
Well, this is a team with loads of talent, as we've seen throughout this game, but you almost think that group stage really prepared them for the knockout rounds, whereas it's been a much more inconsistent tournament for Belgium. I think a lot of people coming into the World Cup would have thought that would have been an easy road in their group for Belgium. Earn 2 ties in those first 2 games and have to win big.
Rooney is going to become the last sub when he gets in. Frustrating day for Belgium. There's still time. About 14 or so minutes and some stoppage time. They need an answer soon. Taken away, but recovered by Raskin. Stanier. Bekala has Teat left. Distance, he fires, it's blocked. That's ambitious from there. Over the top. Too far.
Good ball. Even if Mane's not going to be able to get to it, just drive it into the far corner. Look at the ground they're able to make up. Belgium with no real intensity or energy, it feels like, to be able to push the pace. Good Senegal here today.
Bacchio. Runners in the box for Belgium. Sorry. Angles it right. Up for grabs. Head down. It's loose in the box, but cleared. Teat was looking to bring it down. Never got as far as he was. Powerful header there, but it comes out. Bekala. No whistles. Bacchio outside of the box. Cutting. Another cut. Shot taken. Wow. That's why it looked good when he left his foot.
And he's had a few good looks. Just little feints to force the defender to go one way, open up a little bit of space to whip it into that top corner. This is going to be an excellent look. Doesn't miss by much at all. Really unlucky for Bacchio. And that previous header to the far post, the Kuiper does so well to be able to knock it back down, but no one commits themselves for Belgium. Comes that final sub. Or actually, it's not the final sub, it's just a switch of positions. Oh yeah, Mounier comes in.
Foul near the halfway line. With that free kick. Here's down. He's in for the Kuiper. Bacchio setting it back. Look out here. Mane's forced to it. 5 runners going for Senegal in the box, but it's blocked and cleared out. Just like that. Belgium had to sprint back defensively.
Anytime they get into the attacking third, they look dangerous. They look like they're going to be able to create something in front of goal.
Not He's had a quiet second half. He's played every minute of this World Cup. He's a threat regardless when he's out there. I know he's not seen much of the ball. The second half he did in the first.
Still demands a lot of attention, and the timing of his runs, or just the spaces that he takes up. Even if he just sits out wide, you have to be aware of him at all times. Pace that he possesses to get in behind as well. It just hasn't allowed for Belgium to be able to settle into the game. Have to be aware of those transition moments.
Outside with the pass on the left. The Mamane. He's trying to stretch it out wide for Bai. Bai with a tuck-in ball. Blocked. Battle for the ball. Picked up. Morena.
Great pressure. This is what I'm talking about. The repress.
They almost won it there and then the foul.
And they suffocate and then they earn the set piece. But that's been the difference this entire match. The first two loose balls, their ability to dispossess, there's no outlet for Moreira. They have to play back, and then that is a trigger to go, try to dispossess, and then earn the foul at the last second. A dangerous area for a free kick as well, because they can whip the ball in to the 18-yard box.
Sar's goal is the only shot on goal in the second half by either team. That was it. Free kick here. Kamara might be the one to take it. Outside of the box from an angle. Jacobs is there too.
You go yourself on goal with a left-footed in-swinger. We'll just whip this across the 6-yard box.
To the wall, played across, headed away from the middle. Good clearance by Belgium. They need goals. They're down by 2 in this round with 32. Bakio touches it last. In the second minute. Pressure marks on Belgium. This golden generation might be out in the round of 32. And it will be the last dance, you would assume, for many these aging players. Diallo putting it back. Pressure on Cease. João releases. It's away from Teat. Castagne kicks it back to Courtois. Disappointing day so far for Belgium and their supporters who trek to Seattle.
There's a really good look at the way that Senegal has set up defensively, a 4-2-4. They denied a lot of time out of that Belgium to be able to play out of the back smoothly. And then they'll just drop into this compact shape. That really tells you a story throughout this match. Out of possession for Senegal.
Bakio is energized. The team since coming in. Headed wide. Lukaku was there, but he didn't get a touch to it. It was Castagne.
And that's their best form of attack. Belgium throughout this match has been those balls whipped in from a little bit of a deeper area, trying to force Senegal to have to track back defensively, not be able to get their feet set. But still nowhere near the frame of goal. They've got it covered defensively.
Goal in each half for Senegal. They've been consistent to this point in Seattle. Here's Belgium. Trossard's pass. Heads up shot. High and wide. They can score 1. Maybe they can get 2, but Tielemans couldn't get that close.
Well, that certainly make things much more nervy as Senegal just trying to play out the back for the space to open up. But in these moments, if you're going to play out the back, given this lead late in this game, you've got to make sure you're in good positions to disrupt defensively. Get a little bit stretched between the lines. That allows Tielemans to be able to get in that position. Lukaku's offering his presence right inside the 18-yard box. With Tielemans, one thought on his mind is go for goal.
Now we'll put it back into play. Goal. Long ball ahead. Cleared for Saar. Off Tea. Off a break. Mane. Shot taken. Save. Courtois. Keeping Belgium's slim hopes alive. Mara's pass. Senegal knocking on the door for a third goal. Touch by Kamar. And now flag is up. Yeah. Good save by Courtois.
It certainly looked like it was outside.
Yeah.
Kamar angle, but we're not sure how close.
Nothing. Senegal lead, 85th minute. Round of 32 in Seattle. Bakio. Nakala. Teat. The Belgium half. Mekala there. Senegal still looks fresh. They made the 3 changes. Manassar leading it for Mane. Box in the left. Mane waits. Try to cut it back. Laid off and then cleared by Belgium towards Lukaku off the chest. And Belgium break. Senegal have several players sprinting back to cover. Herrera forced to slow it down, take it inside. Baskin. Lukaku. That's a touch. They're not clean. Ball played in. Lukaku. Lukaku.
Yes!
Belgium side, just a reference point, a player to play off of. The initial flick on gets dispossessed, but then they stay with it, Belgium. Really the first opportunity where we see that they're first to it, and then Lukaku. In this moment, he is not going to miss. This is where he's made his money, made his career, just gets away from his defender, keeps it alive in the last second, even if it's a tight angle, just sneaks it into the near post to give this Belgium team just a little bit of life late in this game.
That was his cleanest touch this half. Several balls have hit him. He's not been able to control them. This one, great. Everything he did on that. They reviewing for something? Well, all the goals are checked, but I'm not sure what they would be looking at here. It's a good goal. So now you're Senegal. The pressure amps up. There's not a ton of time left, but there's certainly enough for Belgium to get another one.
Yeah, he's got to continue to go press. He's going to open themselves up defensively, which can play into the hands of Senegal.
Slipping it through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he watched that one.
And he was glancing over his shoulder to see if anybody was there. I don't feel like he felt like somebody was going to be able to get on the end of it, and just sliced it across the 6-yard box.
Senegal have a couple of subs up. They want to be fresh for the end. Wally and Mendy are the 2. Trossard blocked. Almost a break out there towards Mane. Senegal have to be careful. Make a bad play and then all of a sudden have to defend quickly. Nakala. Baskin. Out wide, Morera brings it down nicely. Trossard. Putting one up for grabs. Keep around, he missed it!
Yes!
Tielemans is celebrating. Laurie saw this ending coming.
Just exceptional work in the toughest time to concede a goal immediately after you just conceded the previous one. But we knew it was just going to be about whipping balls in, giving themselves a chance. These have given Senegal some issues throughout this match. Those whipped in balls from deeper positions, and then Tillman's been in more of an attacking position throughout this second half to try to get something out of this game. Just rises above, doesn't even need to get a good look on it, just glances it in. Senegal trying to make the play defensively, but you see what that means. Really after chasing this game for 90 minutes. My goodness.
How about the captain coming through like we saw the other night with Mahrez in that big game for Algeria? He scored twice in that group stage game that ended in a draw, and saw both teams end up going through to the round of 32. Referee's coming over, and I think he's got a yellow card on somebody on the Belgian bench.
Rudy Garcia,
yeah. What would Garcia be arguing about here? They just have the time to go.
He can't believe it himself.
Yeah. What a game changer the Lukaku goal was. Not to mention Tielemans.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. It's just getting that one goal to cut the lead, give yourself a little bit of life in the game. But those whipping balls from deeper areas haven't been as smooth defensively for Senegal to be able to take care of.
Tended for Mane, broken up. Remember, if it's tied after 90, it's an extra 30 minutes as that ball was sliced out. 10 comeback wins so far in this World Cup, but no one has come back from 2 goals down. A lot of time we expect in stoppage time. We see it now. 7 minutes. Diana in his space. Sar was chasing it. That's all holds.
Well, even though that Lukaku didn't score that second goal, it's just his presence alone. They have the ability to whip in those balls. They didn't have that in the first 45, so it made their play static and made it predictable. It was really difficult for them to be able to get into this game, and we haven't been able to see them increase their energy as Lukaku did well to hold off his defender.
Great job, here's Lukaku leading it to the right. Ball played across. And then went out.
Yeah. So right now, it's your Senegal. Everybody has to know what their job is. Just settle things down, take a deep breath. You're under a ton of pressure. Lukaku is leading this team. Look at the work that he's doing in that central area. Just to ride the defenders, get past. And the last second, just that touch right there. That just lets Tielemans down at the last second to not be able to get that ball across first time.
The other is assigned to Lukaku. Has to make sure they don't lose him. Ball played toward the middle. Cleared out. Sent right back in, but then cleared away. Right on the far side, into the box, and John will grab that and hold on for dear life.
I'm not really sure. I understand why John was trying to go quickly to see if they can catch a transition, but at the same time, those are defenders around him. At the last second, actually, was just riding across from him just to make his presence known.
You could say that Belgium played below average for 85 minutes, and the last 5, they've tied the game.
Hopeful balls.
Yeah.
Can't clear your lines defensively in the presence of Lukaku. That finish in the near post to cut the lead in half was excellent. Shows exactly why you want him in the game and what he's meant for his Belgium side throughout his career.
He's brought them back. Jao holds. Long ball ahead. The look was for Sar. That ball with Lukaku. Towns. Pistani. Courtois. Driven long towards the big man, Lukaku. On the bounce, had the jersey held. That's blocked. Guerrero was after it. Diana. Oh, that was risky. Lost it, but that was last touch. I thought by Belgium. Flag was up anyway. So much for Senegal being in the driver's seat. They were.
Well, they were, and they had been. I felt like they were managing the game really well. It's just, as soon as you don't get pressure on, and with the experience that you mentioned, JP, throughout this game for Belgium, then we continue to push.
Jacobs from Madassar in the cut. Holding. Madassar. Donaghy. Diallo. Bond. Cease. Houghton. Donaghy leaves it. Comes back. Kamar. Diana. Cease. Kamar. 2-2 game. As Diana settles it. Kamar. Donaghy. Madassar. Force back. Cease. Diana. Well defended by, trying to slip past Castagnier. And then strong on the challenge. Morera sends it into the Senegal half. Lukaku's on the chase.
Showing us exactly what those goals have done. Give this Belgium team a lot more confidence, getting into the tackles. It's difficult as a player now, if you're Senegal, to have to shift your mindset. They've been trying to see out this game, then concede 2 goals. Now they have to be in the driver's seat to try to get a late one here.
Buying the ball. Donaghy from distance, fires it low. Right past the diving. Courtois in full stretch.
Well, he wanted to be sure about it. Courtois, from distance, sees it the entire way. Usually gets a little touch on it as well, but past that far post.
Senegal fans in disbelief. Probably Belgian fans as well. They were quiet in the first half. Some of their team probably were as poorly as they've seen them, but for credit to Senegal, they forced this game on Belgium. And credit now to Belgium for their comeback, regardless of how this one ends. Morera went down and a few extra rolls there. He's staying down. Now getting back up. Over the top. And for the run of Sarr, just cleared with safety by Tao. Almost at 7 minutes now. Quick throwing. By on it. One distance to Hate to the left. Jacobs. Ball crossed in. Nowhere near it in the green of Senegal. Teat. Go out. Waiting the whistle here to end this. And then
Yep, and pulling the extra time.
Awaits. What a comeback from Belgium. Thanks to Lukaku and company, the veterans have come through. Lukaku and Tielemans come back with goal like they had in the olden days, right? So what's the mindset coming in? How do you approach this? You were right in Belgium having momentum, but now what happened?
Well, it's going to feel like another half for this game in terms of just finding those moments that you can break down. Not going to be able to go 90 miles an hour that we saw Belgium try to create at the end. So finding the moments when you can possess. We talked about the wide areas coming into this game, how important both teams can get back to that. And then just picking the moments, because you just need one opportunity in this instance. But for Senegal, it's really about changing that mindset now. Because you were just trying to manage the game, see it out when you had the 2-goal cushion, and then concede those 2 goals. So now you have to get back into the driver's seat. That can be challenging as a player to shift that mindset. So getting some positive touches early on in this extra time is going to be essential.
Chris Jackson is the player they want to sub in. Graphic already identified him as basically in. He's not in yet. And he's not going to be, well, they've got 2 players up now, but neither one are in as we speak. Maybe an extra sub in the extra 30 minutes. So Belgium can make another change later. If they want. Saw with a pass ahead. Running straight ahead. Some of the players on the field with some fresh legs. Monty's not relevant. He's on the ball. By to the middle. Mara. Sar. Way back. Cease. 2-2 game if you're just joining us. We're at an extra time. 40 minutes and then it's still level. Penalty kicks to determine who is going to advance to the round of 16. Left off by Cease. The Senegal half. It's Jam. Not really tested until the last 5 minutes of this game. Courtois. Belgium have been given life here. Mekala. And the yellow card. They picked up earlier. Driven along by Courtois. Bakio. For Lukaku, who went down. No foul given. He's telling Lukaku to get right back up, which he does. Teat. Moreira. Running at the defense of Senegal. Keeping his balance, going wide left. Pushing into the middle, that's cleared away towards Saul.
I mentioned the subs that Belgium made, particularly with De Bruyne and then also Doku in that second half, but Bakio and Moreira that's come in those wide areas have really increased the tempo, allowed them to break free and then send some of those more dangerous balls into the box that created two of the goals. Least opportunities more so than we saw throughout the majority of that match. 90 minutes for Belgium.
On Belgium, you see the subs now. And Nicholas Jackson and Haji Malik Diouf. They've been up for a while, actually since the extra time kicked off. Sadio Mane's day is done, and we'll see who else is going to be coming out. Jacobs. Could be the other. And that's confirmed on the board. Sadio Mane getting that ovation coming out. Good first half for Sadio, more involved in the game. Second half, very few touches. Some of the big names on both teams are now out of the game. Bakio, Teat. Cut off, play back to goal to Jao.
Substitutes too, you're also thinking about total accumulation. And Mane played every minute so far. An important factor in this game.
Kind of guy with that long ball. Then back towards Courtois. Come on, Fox, more round of 32 action. One of the World Cup favorite, Spain takes on Austria. Coverage starts 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on Fox. Right on that left side. Belgium looking to attack. It came from a 2-goal deficit. Goals in the 85th and the 89th. To get us through this stage here where probably even their diehard supporters didn't expect to happen. And they were down by 2 in the 85th.
And Belgium not happy with that call. They're getting more numbers around the ball carrier now. That's helping them get unlucky in that last instance. Give up the foul.
Here's the extra sub that you can make. You added extra time, and you're taking out the captain. Ganagay. Bringing in Bara Sapoko Jai. One man goes to Ismail Sarr. And another key veteran coming out. Senegal with the ball in their own half. That pass ahead, out for a throw-in, belongs to Belgium. YEE wanted to get it in quickly. Mekela for Teat. Belgium slowing it down, it's Raskin. Force back. Cutting it back for Teat. Got away with that ball. Cross. Raskin. Teat, shy of the halfway line. Running Timmermans, whose goal tied it at 2. YEE brought it down. 1 against 2 at the moment. Got to beat them both. Easier said than done. And then the foul. Trying to win the ball back.
Well, not surprising, given that there are 2 separate 15-minute periods, that the pace of this game has died down since Belgium tied this game late in the 90 minutes. As both teams filling each other out, it's going to feel a little bit like that first part of the first half where no one really wanted to take risks until Senegal started pushing the tempo a little bit more. They got that go-ahead goal prior to the hydration break.
Bakio's header towards Trossard. Right back the other way. Almost taken away by Saul. Who got wiped out. YEE with a good challenge. Here's Teat to the left. Getting the return ball. With Mekela. Send back pairing. Teat walks it up. No pressure at the moment. Morera. Teat. Mekela. Raskin. Timmermans wanted it. It's going back further. YEE. Bakio drawing attention there. YEE towards the middle. Teat. YEE. Bakio. YEE called for it back. Instead, it's Trossard. Back Mekela. Teat. Morera left. Crosses coming in. The overhead. YEE sending it back. Missed Castagnet and Morera.
Yeah, he's been good since coming in, Morera. Establishing the width.
Up the middle. He was open.
Yeah, exactly. That's who the ball was intended to, and then draw a foul, yeah. Morera's done a really good job here. They've increased the tempo, which they're moving the ball from side to side. First half, they didn't really force Senegal to commit themselves defensively. They didn't have to move or shift side to side.
Back to Juice. Going long. Into space, the chase for that ball. And back to Courtois, who moves it away. Jackson was the closest one to that ball. Teat. Teat will move it ahead on the left. Back to the halfway line. Raskin. His first World Cup with Belgium. YEE. Lukaku. Almost. Late run, but it's blocked. Senegal will break out. Right. Diallo. Up, then Diallo was down.
They've lost a little something, Senegal, with shifting Sarr to this left-hand side since Nicky Jackson has come in as a center forward. They don't have that same movement, the same stretch runs that can open them up, and it's allowing for Belgium to be able to get back in position defensively and make the play, and then just regain some possession.
Moreira from Teat. In the space. Tristan leaves it. Try to leave it anywhere for Lukaku. Clear away by Jack. Back in the Belgium half for Teat. Slowly brings it up. Into the box. Lukaku makes it run. Lukaku! Couldn't get a good touch on
He's lunging. He was lunging for it. Other his players making the same run essentially. But since coming on, he has made his presence known, been an impactful player. In the first goal to cut the lead, and then just consistently driving that back line and sending the ball back to open up space. And that's how they've been able to start to create some of the combination in those central areas. There's both players, Tielemans and Lukaku, trying to make the same run and get on the end of it.
4 minutes left in this first 15. He says it was so close. He's right. Ryan Kamara. Nothing. Back from Kamara. Kamara Juf. Try to go long with the back heel. Top to that. Throwing coming up. First 2 15-minute added extra time segments. Still time when we hit 120 minutes. Penalty kicks will determine who goes on to the round of 16. Back turn over there. Senegal have Belgium backing up. By on it. Lost it. It's coming back out. Alassar. Kamara. John. Juf. There's Saw. Goal already in this game. Now Juf. This man Saw. Plays pass to the middle. Cease. Back to the halfway line. Cease holds. Getting a return ball, goes all the way back to John and goal. John holding. Ball is cleared out of play. Both sides thought it was theirs. Mounier is going to perform, but not from there. Actually, we're about 10 yards farther back. Now he walks up a few more on that throw into the counter. Let's see how he did that. Mounier, the switch. Moreira settles it. Moreira, April Lukaku never got there. Clear it up here. Jackson's on the move, but Teat cut it off. Teat kept it low. Trossard fires, that's blocked. Mounier kept it alive. Raskin sends it in. It becomes wide.
Trossard nearly got to the end of it. It was all Lukaku needed was a little tap in. If you could just redirect it. But it's the early switch of play that starts this entire attack that we didn't see throughout the majority of this game for Belgium. Now it's opened up space for a player like Trossard just showing his class on the ball. He passes the defender and loses a shot, and then right there at the last second, he can't get his left foot across in time, so opts to go with his right foot.
Teat in the air. He's going for strong header back off Saar. And then calmly play it down to the field Courtois. This is the third game in a round of 32. We go to added extra time. No extra time goals so far. Time where we get get to 120 minutes. Penalty kicks will determine who's on the final 16. And the way our first 15 is over. Did anyone have an edge there to you?
I mean, Belgium had the majority of the possession. You can see after scoring those 2 late goals, they had a little bit of that momentum going into this extra time. But both teams, again, not wanting to take risks, not wanting to open up themselves defensively. I imagine we're going to see this game with a little bit more stretch in this second 15 to see if they can get the game-winning goal.
What's the mindset in these conversations when you've got Belgium who are out of the game? They had the game really lost. They come back. In a way, they're playing with house money. You've got Senegal, maybe a younger team, not as many veterans, and they've grown really a 2-goal lead.
And that's what I was saying for Senegal. It is tough, regardless of the experience you have, to shift that mindset when you're trying to hold on to the lead, knowing that you just want to manage the game and then give up those 2 late goals. Then to regain momentum and switch that mindset, that's very challenging. It's one of the reasons why I feel like we saw Belgium have a little bit more control in that first 15 minutes. They're going to want to continue that on. But it's the early balls that have given them success. So continue to switch the point of play if you're Belgium, and whip those early balls in from deep areas and allow Lukaku to at least challenge for it and look for any sort of loose ball in the box. Whereas Senegal, continue to stay compact, use your defensive pressure to your advantage, but there's going to be space in behind. So if they can at least send Sar or anybody that's come in as a wide attacking player in those transitional moments, that could be on as well for Senegal.
Not now, but at what point does your mind drift to penalties? Possible penalties.
Well, you're always at this point in time, even when you're coming into the World Cup, you're prepared for those moments. But it's about these next 15 minutes, the task at hand, see if you can get the goal. It is about creating just one clear opportunity, and then at the end of this extra time, that's when you really start to shift. But we've seen the changes already. So all these players that are on the field, you're going to have to feel confident if you're asked to step up and take a penalty.
The winner of the USA versus Bosnia-Herzegovina takes on the winner of this game. If it is the USA that wins, they've faced both of these teams, so this is interesting. Obviously, no one involved with the USA is able to watch this game. They're getting ready for their big game against Bosnia-Herzegovina, but first things first, USA has to win that game in order to play one of these 2 teams.
Guaranteed. None of these players or the U.S. Bosnia players are thinking about what's next.
Yep.
It is all about this being a new tournament. At the round of 32, no safety net, take care of business in this game. Otherwise, there's not going to be another game.
All right, we've got another 15 minutes. If it's still time, after 120, penalty kicks determine who goes to the round of 16. Cease holds. Chow. That's the way on the left. Senegal were in control for 85 minutes. Soccer can be a cool game. That's why you hear the cliche, right?
Yeah.
Gotta play 90. They played 85, they may lose.
And they really control the game on both sides. Defensively, in the attack, it's super uncomfortable for Belgium. Don't give credit to Rudy Garcia, though, making those decisions to bring off De Bruyne and Doku.
And those are big decisions. Paid off. Tough to second guess when they pay off. There's Belgium on the attack. Trossard switching it. It's behind Meunier, but he catches up to it. 2 sides just traded ends for this last 15. Ball played across. Headed by Redskin. That's wide.
And that's why those balls that are just lofted in from deeper areas, a bit more difficult to be able to generate any sort of power. If they come earlier, deeper in their own attacking half, it's more difficult to defend because everybody's shuffling their feet back, can't get a set position.
Knocked down there by Jai. Kept his balance till the end. Draws the foul. Kick for Senegal. Not winning the group stage. A game they had to win and score multiple goals. That they did. Next year up. Leading up for 5. Onana plays for Aston Villa. The next sub for Belgium, they have one left because of the added extra time. 5 they had in the 90 minutes. Diallo to buy, give and go, buys cross in the middle. That's clear away. They're in that battle. It's going to go out for a Senegal throw in. For by Diallo. In the green of Senegal. Sees Diallo. By Holy. 18-year-old plays for Paris Saint-Germain. Champions 2 straight years. Diallo, nice clean ball. Right side. Ball into the middle. Wide.
Best opportunity in extra time so far. And it just starts with him increasing the pace. And more Belgium out defensively. Look at Moreira, his position. He commits defensively. That opens up the space in behind. And then there's just loads of space to be able to pick out players. Really unfortunate for Bai not to be able to get a good look on it. Just comes across his body. Doesn't take it cleanly, and that one just misses to that far post. But bringing out the defense for Belgium and then occupying the space in behind. So good from Senegal.
Trossard out. Onana in. Down with the slopes. Long ball towards Lukaku. John was off the line, but no harm, no foul there. The 110th minute. 2-2 game. You joined us late. Senegal had a 2-0 lead. Then Belgium struck twice, about 3 or so minutes apart. In that collision, the foul was called, and Belgian player has stayed down. And so play is stopped. It might be Moreira, not seeing face. In the 110th minute, a 2-2 game. So many of these games we talked about before, Laura, have been tight in the round of 42. Some have gone to penalties, some hard right. It is Moreira.
There's the clashing of the heads. Moreira and Diallo.
With a smile there. You'll be smiling too if you can't reach your goals down, right?
Well, especially how good he's been in this game. Certainly been an impact, a difference maker.
Field now for 1 minute.
Got a good amount of energy, Moreira.
Back on. Tapped. And short. Raskin. As Onana close, goes down the right sideline instead. It's going to be deflected out of play. Should be Senegal's ball. 12 minutes. Forward down the flank. Getting back to it. Gives for a foul. They don't get it. Forward by Castagne. Belgium still have a player down. And all the way back. Here by Mounier. Blocked. Senegal back on the attack. In the middle, Jackson's pass. Sarr, runners in the box from the left side. And at the end, that took too long. Sarr was there. Sarr. Shot. Quick shot. There's Papa.
When I touch from Jai, just to make it look like he's going to go to his right, comes back across his left to give himself that space. And right there, see, gives him room to pass. Tillemans, excellent work. Another dynamic build-up from Senegal. It's an overlapping run, combination play to free themselves up, and then the press underneath, the waves of players that they bring, makes it difficult for Belgium to come out. Now we're starting to feel a little bit more life from Senegal for 15 minutes of extra time, where the majority of possession was from Belgium, and continuing to ride the wave after scoring those 2 late goals to tie the game and send it into extra time. But now Senegal coming back to life, finding some more space in behind Belgium's back line.
Standing from Makala going long. And that's what we're hitting. Going out. Senegal throwing. Trying to find room in that right side. Denied by Morera. Now the long ball off Jackson's foot. A race for the ball. Jackson getting there first. Jackson, 1v1, outside, nice move. Trying to play across, owns a corner for Senegal.
Great position for payout, just to make sure that ball is able to come across. Jackson, this is the first time that we've really seen impactful touches on him, twisting and turning his defender. And called that ball just across.
Just the second point for Senegal. For Senegal. 15 minutes. Driven ball to the middle. Second ball. Courtois claims it. The toss to the left. Morera. Tillemans, Dimakio, didn't catch up. Just over that.
Tired minds, tired legs, starting to set in. And how much better has Tillemans been in the more attacking role first half? Deep line playmaker, getting some touches, but nothing that he could really do that was instrumental in the way that Belgium was playing and trying to build up out of the back. Now higher up the field with some of the substitutions that they made in that second half, and you see got the tying goal. To send them into this extra time, but also just trying to get a final pass, playing off of Lukaku.
Ojolana. Line by Onana. Castagne. From right back to left back this half. Belgium attacking from the left. Ball played in. Flick as Lukaku after it again. Lukaku ball back. He's trying to win it for Belgium.
And that's what we brought to this game, Morera. So there's early entries into the box. It felt like Lukaku was just a little bit slow to get on the end of it. You know that ball's going to be whipped in so soon. And I mentioned this a little bit ago. Jackson in that center forward role hasn't been nearly as impactful as Sargent on that left-hand side. The runs that Sauer was making, his ability to be an outlet, even if they were just playing him with feet, and invite other players underneath him to come into the game, haven't had that same style of attack with Jackson at the center forward role.
Dalla to the middle. Raskin. Onana. Precious legs in the game. Nice ball towards Morera. It's loose. Oh! sub. Belgium's subs have made a difference. He's one of them, but where's another?
And it's increased the tempo. And that's what I'm saying. They're just too isolated in that first 25 minutes. They couldn't create the overload. Hillman's won there at the last second. Both those players slowly get up because they come together. But it's that run from Hillman's that commits to the defender, and everybody's chasing. Look, it's emergency defending, just trying to get a foot on it, but it's a little touch that gets held up that gives Lukebakio that opportunity.
Belgium are asking for a penalty, and that's what they're checking now. Garcia is already on the yellow card on the bench for Belgium, and that's what he was pointing at. Let's take a look, and they are. Let's bring in our rules expert, Dr. Joe Macknick. Dr. Joe, what did you see there?
There's clearly contact between the number 8 wing-shorting player and number 8 height-shorting player, but it comes seemingly after the ball is passed them. But they are checking because it's foul in the penalty area, but it's not one that would be given a penalty kick for. Normally, if the foul comes there, much later after the ball is passed, I would not be awarded a penalty here.
It's interesting, Dr. Joe, because I feel like for Senegal, as they come across Kamara, he catches Hillman's right when that ball's coming across, just a little bit. You still think it's too late?
I do.
Man on the field thinks, actors say Martinez, if he does look at it, or VAR, looks like he's going to look. And he's going to come over. All right, Dr. Joe, what's he really looking at besides the obvious here?
When we talk about the obvious, absolutely, but it's been consistent throughout that VAR didn't get involved. That's a decision on the field that already stand. Now this angle is a much better angle.
Yeah.
This is a much better angle, and you can see the 50 hit as the ball comes by. I think the referee is the one always going to take a good look, and now he sees a different angle, and he's going to give a penalty.
Yeah, Dr. Joe, that looks like from that angle, that looks like a penalty.
It's always a question of angles.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Joe. We will hear from our referee next to see what that call is going to be. But anxious moments, obviously, for both teams here in Seattle. And it is taking a little while to get this sorted. Referee's still looking at it as we speak. We have a clear view of him.
Yeah, and that's the best angle because you can see the back leg or that front leg for Kamara comes across that front leg of Tillman's right when they're about to meet the ball.
We'll know soon. Jose Martinez from Honduras. Listen to him.
Number 8, white, will play the ball. And the number 8 in green kicks the foot of the attacker. For that reason, the final decision is penalty.
Penalty kick. We may or may not throw penalty kicks to determine a winner, but this could decide it. We're already past 120. Didn't even see a sign for how much extra time, but there will be something to think, especially for this. Ray Johns now faced with penalty since he's played for Senegal. It's only his 8th cap, by the way.
And here's the play again. And we had just mentioned how important he's been to get this team back into this game for Belgium. Just the runs he's making, orchestrating the attacks, he's moving higher up the field. It's that near post run, draws out the defender, earns the foul and the penalty kick. You're going to see a little bit of jostling over the penalty spot right now.
Gamesmanship.
And that.
Well, somebody just went down there. Guerrero is involved. One big moment in this game. It is going to be a penalty kick. And the longer this takes, the more gamesmanship, and the more we wonder about the pressure, what the good was thinking, and we don't know yet, as this is down, we don't know yet who's going to take this penalty kick. There's some of the ones you never thought about.
I'm not seeing
Subbed
I'm
out,
not thinking about
right?
seeing this penalty kick taken in the next few minutes.
Yeah. That's a big move there. Casey's tell a story, right? The drama, the emotion of this game. We don't know how much stoppage time is put on, so if Belgium is to score here, we'll have to just say, go ahead, go on. It may or may not be a game win. We don't know how much time was also added to what was going to be put on there initially. It's a big meeting, huh? Unnecessary.
Looks like it took the ear of Morera. And Morera reacting to that. One of the reasons why we're seeing C still down. Now slowly get back up.
Will be down the top who take this. He's the leading all-time goal scorer. He will score now 7 World Cup goals. 92 in his international career. Right now, Raskin is by the spot, but he might be just holding the now he's out of holding the ball. Lukaku's alone on the ball. He's got it. There's something I couldn't see where the ball was. One moment for Belgium. Lukaku brought them back. Can he put them on
Belgium.
now they handed it off. The captain, Jones.
Come on, Belgium.
12 yards out against HAW for the lead. Tillman's is ready.
Come on.
Tillman's with the strike.
Yes, we won!
Again, it's the captain who scored one to tie it, scores one to take the lead, and maybe the one that puts them through the round of 60. We don't know how much time is left.
One of the big moments in essentially a new tournament. Once you get to the knockout stages, it's just about big-time players stepping up when your team needs it most. He draws the foul, and after a bad game for the ship, look at that penalty. Just upper corner, so smooth, knows exactly where he's going. Jack goes one way, he goes the other, and then all smiles. And what a turn of events that we've seen. It's had everything. They're down 2 goals, they come back, and now what looks like to be the game winner for Tillmans and Belgium in these dying moments.
Can't be much time left, but who knows how much only our referee does. Here's the long ball from HAW. Picked up. Richard. Edge of the box. Now inside the box. Blocked and cleared by Onana.
And just sensational World Cup. It's going to be our last goal opportunity here for Senegal. They have to go quickly.
We have the lead. Trying to get to the round of 60. Want to come back. Into the box it comes. Headed down. It's loose. Played out. Quick shot. That was a great opportunity, but it's over the bar.
They're taking no risks in Belgium. Just get it into the crowd. Get it higher up the field.
No room for error here. 27th minute now for Lukaku. And blasted forward by Senegal. Hard around this moment by the scoreline. Jackson. Tackled away. That's Onana. Last touch by Senegal.
Fist bumps everywhere. Tillmans immediately going over. Onana just giving him a high five, making sure, giving the crowd behind them the energy. Have to increase and continue to keep this intensity if you're Belgium defensively, because Senegal are going to continue to come. 4 minutes or so left to go.
the score against Senegal at the moment. Manassar got it wide. Got the return. Manassar. Try in the middle from distance. Diata. By the right. Try in the middle. Take it away. Messis in the circle. 3-2 lead for Belgium. We're down 2-0. Scored twice in the 85th minute off. Penalty by Tillmans for the lead. Manassar. Manassar wide. Senegal putting it toward the middle, into the box, and it away. Lamela. One for Morera, headed away towards Diata.
Good touch. Excellent touch from Diata. Just come across Morera and draw the foul.
Free kick. Senegal. Now it's sent in instead by someone. Put it away. Akara. Towards Diata. Here we go. Walks him off that sideline. Floating one up. One close it up to it. By settles. Back outside the box. Back for by. Will be one of the moment by. Played it across the net.
For both teams, it's just about the player, just dig it deep, do whatever you can. Defensively for Belgium, just trying to hold on, do your individual work, win that battle, do whatever you can to block service, make sure you're touch tight inside the 18-yard box, and for Senegal, continue to move players forward. Get numbers into the box, do whatever you can to get that tying goal, and send us into penalties.
Morera to the middle, still in Jamal.
A little bit short shot, it feels like for Senegal.
Coming up with Ben Mounier. Trying to stop by. Playing it up. A chance there. Block. It comes back out for another shot that's blocked. Appeal for a handball. But outside the box. Close to it. Outside.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Bodies are flying. Do whatever you can. Just get your body in front of it to block it. There's a handball. Weston's coming in late. Almost stealing from his body. One of the better attacks that we've seen from Senegal is late with tempo. They're forcing that handball. This is a tough angle. Most likely it's going to be most beneficial to go low. Just fire it, try to keep it on frame. Because it's such a tight angle in those central areas. We always talk about trying to get the pace on it, but also the dip in time in such close range.
What we assume to be the final kick or kicks of this game.
Yeah, it's coming up as well.
As you would expect. The ball is being set up by Courtois. This is about 20 yards. Pretty much dead center.
And either wide to the top corner or low just to the left side of the wall on the right side. You see all the green players.